It's hard for me to believe that we're in the last 2 weeks of the regular
I know.
season. I can't believe football season has just flown by, but we still have some exciting matchups, starting with Louisiana Tech, who comes off their bye this week, and they'll travel to the Sun Bowl to face UTEP. Now, the Miners are 3-0 at home this season, but they'll be put to the test as they try to stop a Bulldogs offense that's put up more than 400 yards in all of their 10 games this season.
But let's talk about Louisiana Tech's defense, because they've held opponents to 17 points or less in 7 games this season. That's pretty good, especially when you have a potent offense. Now, for UTEP, it's going to be tough for him because Mac Leftwich having a good year at quarterback. He's going to be out with a concussion. Ryan Metz has to step in, but you're going up against a Louisiana Tech team that knows that next week is a big showdown. They may be biting at the bit in this one.
FIU will host WKU, who was also on a bye last week, and the Panthers are looking for one final win to become bowl eligible, but they'll have to try to contain quarterback Brandon Dowdy, who wants to keep the Hilltoppers undefeated in conference play.
Well, first let's talk about FIU. This is obviously a huge game, and the question is, can they rebound from that Marshall game? That's going to be tough because they did not play well in that contest. But you look at Western Kentucky, you talk about Brandon Dowdy, you have to mention Taywan Taylor. He's one of the 10 semifinalists for the Bolitnikoff Award. That is a huge award. Congratulations to him. 13 touchdown receptions this season. That's a Western Kentucky single-season record.
Old Dominion will travel to Hattiesburg to play Southern Miss, and the Monarchs just need one more game to become bowl eligible, but the Golden Eagles lead the conference in total offense, averaging 525.1 yards per game, and are looking to double its 2014 win total with a win this weekend.
Not only do they lead the conference in offense, they lead them in defense also, and only 2 teams have done that in the history of Conference USA. I think that is huge. Old Dominion, obviously 1 win away from becoming bowl eligible. The key is David Washington. He has 3 straight wins as a starter at quarterback. Is he going to be able to continue that trend? He is an outstanding runner, pretty good thrower, but going up against a Southern Miss team that played so well last week, it's going to be tough for him.
Middle Tennessee returns home to play host to North Texas, and with the win, the Blue Raiders will make it 3 straight victories and will gain bowl eligibility.
Now, the formula is simple for Middle Tennessee. I mean, a couple of weeks ago we were going, are they going to be able to get bowl eligible? Now the formula, very simple. You win, you become bowl eligible. You get those extra practices, which are huge. They've got to take on North Texas. North Texas feels snake bit right now. They're a hungry team. Mike Canales has done a good job keeping those guys' attitude up. I don't think it's going to be as easy as some people think.
Now here's a look at the full schedule of games for this weekend, and where will you be?
I'll be Rice at UTSA. Now this is going to be a very important game because UTSA finally got off the schneid. They got a victory last week. Can they make it 2 in a row? They've had a lot of injury problems this season, obviously, with Blake Bogenschutz, the quarterback. Dalton Sturm did not play well in the first half last week at quarterback. Can he continue that? But for Rice, they played probably their worst game of the year this past week. They need to show what they're made of. And I think David Bailiff has really challenged this team, but this is a team that's had 7 different starting offensive line combinations. 8 players have started on the offensive line. Can they get healthy enough? Can they move the football? And the health of Dreyfus Jackson, he was benched in that game. He was noticeably limping in the contest. How's he going to respond from last week?